setting up with lighting. So we are live now. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Sorry I kept you guys waiting. Hey, Ransom. Hey, Alexis. Thought I was blind until you popped in. Nah, normally I generally wait about 5 minutes after the scheduled time.
Ransom. Hey, Alexis.
There it is. Because there's a delay. So I got my chat here in front of me and phone up here. I can read the chat, I think, better on my tablet. Let's see if I can bring this down a little bit. It's way high. Okay, there we go. What's up down south? How you doing? Got me some caffeinated beverage I don't need. Okay, guys. So I wanted to go live. I won't be able to go live for a long time tonight. I really just wanted to talk about the video and see if you guys had any questions, comments, or concerns, because this place was absolutely wild. Look at now. Hanging in there, buddy. Hanging in there. I'm going to give it a little time for some folks to come in. We'll back out. Oh, Lord. Let's see. I sit like this. Yeah. Okay. Still getting it set up. This is a kind of a new setup. Just for now, I got different places that I set up. So I'm facing a different way, getting used to the angle. Hey, Connie, what's up? All right. I got my volume down. All right. Set up. Good deal. Good deal. So, guys, our last video was Ohio State Reformatory. We do have one other location, like one other video in the, how can I say this? On our files. So that'll be the Ross house coming up. But we've got a lot to talk about for the creeper. As I watch the video back, of course I edit it. Of course I do, like I look at it over and over again, but it's different because the way I edit it, and it's kind of my fault because I prefer to edit it on my phone besides my tablet, just because it's easier. Oh, thank you, Connie. Connie Legend in the chat. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate it. Definitely helps. We've got several locations planned. I'll pause. I'll just go ahead and tell you this. Excuse me. We got several locations planned coming up. Let's see. The 27th, the 5th, and the 27th of June, the 5th of July, and the 19th of July. A couple of one place is new. A couple of the places will be kind of like return videos and stuff of the such. And we will be, I've talked a little bit about them, but I'm going to wait to tell you guys where we're going. I'm going to kind of keep it a surprise for now. One of them's been publicly released. I think we've talked about on the Wednesday night lives with Down South. And then, I'm trying to get a location for May because we got one other video coming out in May. I'm trying to do them 3 weeks apart. Try not to do them no more than 4 weeks apart this time. I think it was 5 weeks. It was too long, or at least maybe a month, actually. Yeah, a month. So pretty much on time. We would like to get to doing 2 videos a month if possible. But I'm looking into another location right now in Pennsylvania. Maybe to try to do, to try to do sometime in May. I was already thinking about going to Pennsylvania May 17th for like a meet and greet with Paranormal Quest because they were doing an investigation. I thought it would just be fun to meet those guys, but they were supposed to do tickets or something. It was free, but you have to get a ticket, and they said they're going to come out with them, but I'm not going to bank on being able to go, but I thought that would be fun. Hello, Sakura, I believe that's your name. Welcome. Let's see. Cool beans. But yeah, so that's kind of what's planned for the summer. After that, we've got some ideas, but everything's really up in the air. We will be doing another collab with Haunting Angels. They were a lot of fun for them to come out. And yeah, Sierra's funny. We had a good time. Kind of broke up some of the craziness because, prisons are different. Prisons are really different. And I will say that This prison blew Brushy Mountain out of the water. I mean, Brushy Mountain could have just been having a slow night. Not saying that if you've got anything from Brushy Mountain, but this place delivered almost immediately upon walking up there. But when you bring in people that are sensitive, people that throw out energy like myself, yeah, kind of kind of ends up bringing in a lot of attention, as you probably saw in the first half or part one of the West Attic for the investigation. Oh yeah, Connie. Yeah, she was showing me some things she did today. It's cute. Hello, Jamel. But I'm trying to see where I want to start. Do y'all have any questions about the video? If I know a lot of you guys have saw it. Um there will be some spoilers if you haven't seen the video, or if you're new to the channel and you want to. There will be some spoilers that I discuss. And we'll give it a few minutes to catch up. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Looking. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because, again, I have a session here in about an hour and a half, and I'll need a little time in between. So basically, starting when I went up to the West Attic myself, I did not know what it was because, again, I don't try to look up anything before I go. So I think I'd have been a lot more nervous if I would have known exactly what it was. We got there, and I don't know if you guys could tell, but in the video, I was not feeling very good that day. I almost thought I was going to have to stay out in the car until I started feeling better and not even get to film. Honestly, I really thought that upon going. A lot of swelling from the trip riding up there, a lot of swelling, a lot of pain. Like, my pain was off the charts that day, which could have affected some of the stuff that we got too, I think, and things that potentially could have happened afterwards. But basically, I go up in the West Attic and we get up there, and our night vision IR doesn't go very far. And I realized very quick, because where we were going, we needed the IR. So that's how I ended up staying alone. It wasn't an intentional solo, if you've seen the video. But as soon as we walked in there, we started hearing noises. And if you guys have seen the actual like paranormal tour, when they go in there, you don't hear anything. And the amount of noises, I mean, they were in there probably, I think I cut out some parts, but you don't really hear anything. And it's so loud, even over the talking, you would be able to hear it. And I remember the tour guide, I think his name was Greg too. He said that, if you're at one end, you'll hear noises at the other end. If you're at the other end, you'll hear noises at the opposite end. So, but we actually had those noises come towards us. I've released some things where, it shows how we're sitting there, and the ceiling, like when it was me and V and Haunted Angels in part 3 of the West Attic, how it's just something ran across the metal roof. And if you see back in the video, half of the roof is gone. So could it have been a rat? Sure, but like that was really, really, really loud. And what we were actually, especially me and Yvette, what we were seeing at that time, it was definitely interesting, to say the least. And the pictures and stuff, which I need to release. I put them on Patreon, but I need to go ahead and put them on YouTube as well. But yeah, so basically ended up trying to get my thoughts together here. Where do I want to start? There's a lot that happened. So being alone up there, I don't know if the video really showed how much I actually was alone up there. I cut some of it out. I was only there for 10 minutes. So all of those EVPs, all of those captures and everything, they ended up happening within 10 minutes. And I was trying to like put on my debunking hat. I mean, I try to live between the world of being a psychic medium and being rational. That's very important. But you know, I'm thinking like, oh, it could be a rat, oh, it could be this, oh, it could be that. And I was hearing talking the whole time that I was up there. The talking was definitely, I really thought it was like down south or Durham Paranormal, or Haunting Angels. I actually think I knew where Haunting Angels was. I think they were in Solitary at that time. So they have a whole video coming out, I'm sure, at some point of that. Hold on one second. But basically, I'm sure they have a video coming out of that. But yeah, they were in Solitary, which is in a separate like little wing. And you know, going up there, I immediately see shadow people walking out of the walls like a pathway. That's the very first thing I seen. I seen it with my eyes, and it was like dozens. It was like a pathway, 100%. Hello, Tim. How you doing? But yeah, basically that's what I saw, and I did not feel alone. I was hearing people talking. I don't think I was actually hearing down south or Durham Paranormal or anything like that. So, yeah, it was very interesting, and sitting here trying to debunk still, but I'm literally hearing voices and feeling surrounded at that point. It was really crazy. It really was. I can't describe the feeling that it gives you when you're sitting at the end of a 120-foot long hallway and you start to feel like doors are slamming. There was only one door in and one door out. Those big bangs you were hearing, like in the distance in the video, what it sounded like is there was a door opening and closing, slamming, opening and closing. And I wish I could show you guys the picture because I've actually looked at them on a bigger screen because I've only looked at them on my phone. And I know that one picture that I shared that I captured up there in the West Attic looked very interesting. It even almost looks like it had horns, which was weird. But the next picture, when I don't see the same thing, it literally looks like when I say I saw the creeper, its arms are like spread out like this. I'm just gonna say on the floor, you know, like this, and its legs were too, just in the opposite direction, and its body was shaped kind of like this, and it had a head. And in that second picture that I took, you can actually see that shape. So
What did you see as his eyes?
I didn't see eyes.
You didn't see eyes?
All I saw was black. But yeah, so basically, I think I may have actually caught it on photo because it was sitting right in front of a vet. It was super creepy. What's up, Tri Country Adventures? Welcome in. Hey, Shirley. But yeah, it was a crazy experience. I was almost mesmerized by it. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is, but I will say that it probably isn't stuck there, but it likes to be there because of that spiritual highway, so to speak. Definitely portally type activity, type energy. What else? It it's a feed. It's like a it feeds on negative energy. It feeds on residual energy. And what a great place than an abandoned prison. Because, yeah, people come in and out of there, but they're not, not there a lot of the time. And the amount of emotions that have been leaked into the walls, the tragedy, all that is leaked into the walls there. And it causes a lot of problems.
The literal spiritual pressure, like when it was deafening silent. That was the most interesting to me out of anything else there because whenever we'd start talking a little bit, the chatter would grow and it'd get louder and louder and louder until you notice it. But then the silence, when you're
Yeah.
alone, just deafening, unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. I can read it up here. I just subscribed about a week or so ago. I think OSR was the first video of yours I watched. I used to work in a prison. They are creepy when they're still open, I bet. I can't imagine when they're empty. Yeah, it's a lot. It really is. For me, I never got that super heavy pressure feeling. It was more so like head pain. I would get random pains. So, like pain in my head, pain in my chest, which I'll talk about here in a few minutes. It would get really quiet, and then all of a sudden, you would hear like the ceiling, just something go running towards us. And this happened multiple times. Um,
And rooms full of people.
yeah, it was nuts.
Very residual.
It's crazy. The last few videos we put out, we've had a lot of like movement activity, which hasn't been the normal. Just I guess the locations we're going to is absolutely insane. Yeah, but thank you for subscribing, Tim. It OSR, we wish we would have got to do more, but the place is so big. I would go back. I'd 100% go back, and we'd do different
Read Tim's. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
all
Just trying to.
I always felt I would have got to it. I always felt oppressed at work, like surrounded by evil. I bet so because of the people in there and like what they bring into the prison. Because, humans we're basically like a battery in a factory, and all the emotions, how can I say this? So the way I've described it before is your emotions are everything. We all kind of wear them on our sleeve, and some people can feel the energy. A lot of people actually can, more so than you think. You don't have to be a medium or anything, and I know a lot of people know that, but like it makes a big difference the type of company you keep, because the more higher vibe your thoughts and everything are, like when your thoughts leave you because they're energy, they don't just stay there. They actually interact, in my personal perspective and opinion, they interact with the environment. So the same goes for high and low vibrational thoughts and actions. So not only are these people that are in these places putting out low vibe energy, what is attached to these people too. I'm not going to say everybody that has a criminal history has an attachment by any means, but some of these people are pure evil, and I'm on the end where yes, we are in control of our own thoughts, but there are things and there are energies and evil that persuade us and that can make us do really bad things if we're weak in our mind, body, or spirit. If we have holes, if we have cracks, and especially if we are intuitive and we don't even really know it or understand it, it can actually cause a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And
100%.
being in a place like that, even while it's open, you're just surrounded in that icky, nasty, like sticky type energy.
Tim also said that he worked in a prison.
I read it out loud.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that, but
Do you know what looks for energy and why? Do you know what I look? I'm sorry. Let me read it down here so I can see it a little better, because the light in my eyes, I'm sensitive to
do you
light.
know what looks for energy and why it looks for
There's
energy?
all kinds of things that look for energy. Basically, how can I say this? Based on different mythological creatures and stuff like that. Not all of them, in a sense, are mythological, but really it goes a lot deeper into like feeders. You have different levels of like darker energy, and there are things that are older than like the earth time itself in different dimensions that can come here. This is like a port. We're in a lower vibration here in earth, but we have the free will to be able to go up and down in that energy. But in my personal opinion, there are things that come from other places, or things that are like elemental energies that deal with lower vibrational energy. So you have elementals, you have extraterrestrial type shadow people energies. I've dealt with that before. You have things that are more nefarious. You have things that are more dark, that can really take a hold of you. Some people believe in demons, some people don't. I do personally. Maybe it's not exactly the way that we've been taught, but there's a lot to that. I think demons, in terms, they really feed on. Their focus is on humans, and some of it could be human created, and some of it's older than time itself. You
I,
have,
I like what Tim's saying. He's saying that like some of the people that come in, they're allowed to practice whatever religions they wanted to in
I
prison.
saw, yeah,
Like, and that's some pretty heavy stuff too. To think that what's there has been there because they brought it in too, not just like people that visit these days, because a lot of
Yeah.
people that come, they get kicked out for doing things they really shouldn't be doing. That's
Well,
why
they're
there's a lot of
allowed
rules.
in prison. You're allowed to practice whatever religion you want. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're not hurting or harming anybody, that's what I've heard at least. But there's a lot of different type of darker, lower vibrational entities. You have parasitic entities. Those are the ones that attach to you in certain places. So it really just depends on what you're dealing with. And at OSR, I really think we're dealing with something that's borderline elemental slash possibly what we could refer to as other dimensional that has been allowed to come through there, because walking up there and seeing those shadow figures going back and forth or whatever, automatic, and walking through the walls automatically sense to me that there was a spiritual highway. I think it goes far beyond that prison. And these locations that people come in, we're bringing our intentions and our energy. As humans, we are super powerful, more than we know, and more than we've been led to know. A lot of our power, a lot of our energy, that knowledge has been lost on purpose to a degree. There's a lot of us walking around with very strong bloodlines that we know nothing about. It's like I have a great native bloodline, and I don't have anybody alive to teach me that. And I've had to figure out some of that stuff on my own. It's caused a lot of great things to happen in my life, but before I understood them, it caused a lot of bad things to happen in my life. Let's see, I'm gonna get some of these comments. Yes, so exactly. Who knows what's being invited in them? And things like locations, like you can hear somebody say a blanket statement of darker things like to be by themselves. Well, they like to feed off of energy too. It's a lot. It truly is. It's a lot. It could be a lot of things if you're talking about it in a general purpose. But there was some really dark spirits, potential demonic type energy there.
yeah, things that knew they couldn't touch us, but they really wanted at us. Like you could feel that like the whole time.
And I don't say that lightly, because you're not going to hear me on my videos be like, it's demonic, it's demonic. No, the darker the darker energies, there's descended human spirits too, because not every spirit goes to the light. Some spirits get left behind, and that's a whole nother ball game.
The very definition of a demon is a disembodied spirit.
And it's a whole other ball game when you get into a place like that. It's just so many levels, in general. We are fractals of the infinite creator. We are designed to create. 100%. I agree with that. We are. We are creators. It is up to us how we do that. 100%. So, places where there's a lot of negative emotions that are empty, especially empty places. And now, like, if there's a portal there and things are coming through, they know people are coming through. I still think some of it is they're feeding off the residual energy that's there, because I mean, it was 650 cells on the west block or the east block, and then 350 cells on the other. The prison wasn't always bad, from what I've found out. It was for boys ages to like 15 to 30. And yeah, it was. It ended up turning into something bad. The thing about the West Attic, though, was the fire that happened at the Ohio State Penitentiary in Columbus, I believe. They ended up bringing in 200 or 250 of like the worst of the worst, because it was a maximum security prison, and they put them in that room in the West Attic. So that's why I kept getting like confinement, infirmary. It was giving me those feelings. And it was like he said, a big dorm room for the worst of the worst. So you can only imagine what happened in there. And I was seeing people like being bathed in the stalls back there. And once he told me that, I kind of realized what actually was going on. And yeah, what I was feeling, I don't understand. I really think the creeper though moves along that whole floor. I really think it can go anywhere. I think it just prefers the West Attic. And there's human spirits there too.
Well,
Um
what's below that too is I mean, not just the cell block, but that's also closer to the entrance where you get into the lobbies and like all the living quarters and stuff. Like energy there, and the creeper, like they say there's a lot of growls being heard in that hallway. I could hear them, but not to the extent that it just sounded like super loud. Like, so it was like I really had to listen for them to hear them. Like, I got a lot of footage to still go back on. Like, Chastity did an amazing job doing what she did to throw this video together. We're eventually going to do recuts, like where we have longer things with a little more evidence in them. But this right here, it's it's worth going back into. We just the EVPs were so low for some reason. Like we didn't
Mm-hmm.
normally have this issue at any other place, but they were so loud in person that you could hear them in person, but you could not hear them on the video. Nowhere near as loud. It's
Yeah.
almost like it was in your head in a way.
Yeah, to a degree. And I'll say this and I'll answer your question, Tim. Um, Going back again, I was hearing chattering, but I'll have to go look at the timestamp and listen again to remember where it was, and I had to remember exactly what it said. But it said something along the lines when I saw a big black shadow mass, and I turned around with that flashlight and I looked. There was an EVP captured, and it says, I think something like, I'm over here, almost like saying, come here to the showers, come here. It was trying to lead us. And I even point out, like when I go back, when V comes back, I even point out, I said, there's a man. And this is before I heard any of the EVPs. This is before I heard anything because all I heard was like mumbling. And again, I thought it was somebody far away, but I was feeling surrounded. I'm trying to be logical. I'd only been in this place for like literally 10 minutes. So the solo alone challenge was my first 10 minutes or 15 minutes in this whole entire spot. So I was literally psychically picking up a man saying, I'm here. I'm here. It's like over and over again, so much chatter. But, honestly, Tim, we all have our own belief systems. And, they say as long as you're a good person, it's really important to develop your own spiritual practices and belief systems and routines. And if that comes in the form of love and light and like positivity and high vibrational, yes, I do a lot of paranormal work, but I work in the realm of the light. I don't mess with dark stuff. Like for people that may be new to me, I know there's a lot of people that know me here. But for people that, may be new, I had a podcast. I still do. We just don't do it right now because me and her are working on our own projects and stuff. Lights at Midnight, where we teach people about the paranormal and psychic abilities and all things within the realm of like positivity, but we also go to both ends, like lights and midnight. But I don't work in that realm of the dark. And I think, anything you do out of the kindness of love, and when you have that connection with the divine and with spirit, with what your understanding and your perspective of God, and like you can talk to spirit. And I say divine spirit. When I say spirit, I don't mean like crazy stuff. I mean higher vibrational angelic realms, heavenly realms. You can talk to them, and you just basically make sure, to ask. It was like, if you do the right things, we all mess up. People say sin. We all do that, but forgiveness isn't just about, is really important. Like, in my opinion, the Bible teaches we need forgiveness, but I think it has a lot more to do with forgiving ourselves. For me, the word worship means gratitude. Like, I don't necessarily worship. I give gratitude a lot and back to the creator and try to remain as positive as possible. It really does help with your mind frame too, because if you're in a lower mind frame, you sink. So, what I was saying earlier, I
I
think I
was
left out what.
I was wanting to add to that too. If you have any questions that are like really deep, like wondering about things like death or mortality, check out NDE I'm sorry, NDERF.org. Check that out. It is a great website. It's about near death experiences. There was close to 5,000 when I last checked it out. If you look at those stories, you will see there are a lot of similarities between them. And I'm not saying that it would change your faith because it really just seems like it's designed to be that way. Like a lot of people say they meet Yeshua, Jesus. Um, a lot of people say they meet their loved ones. You know, people that's come back.
Heard some kids scream outside. I'm like, Jack.
Yeah, you never know what's going on a Sunday here. But
But
yeah, I just wanted to add that because that's something that a lot of people get curious about in any time in their life, and it's something that I've got curious about earlier in life. I just really decided to dive into that, and it really helped answer some questions that I had. If you're looking for some types of closure when it comes to that, because what she said is more important than anything else.
why don't you move your chair back here so
Self
we can
forgiveness. I
see
don't want to
you?
be on camera.
Okay.
Um, Self forgiveness is very important. It's really something that you have to get through. It's like, how can God forgive you if you are not able to forgive yourself? It's very
Hmm.
it's much more of a sin to you to do that than to not, because you're not able to let go and move on. It's how you create baggage, and
That's
that
trauma.
looking into that kind of stuff really helped me. But yeah, I'm sorry, Chess. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't remember now. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I just
I was gonna say hi to Joey
something was
and
telling me to
Joey
tell him about that.
and who else? Chloe. Yeah. Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hey guys, how are y'all doing? Hey,
Thank
hey
you, homie
Joey.
Mooch. Is that homie Mooch? Mooch. Mooch. Yeah. Um, where was I? Oh, yeah, talking about the high vibration, low vibration. I'm trying to see if I can add anything to it without getting way too far into it. But it's really about how you choose to live your life and the actions that you create and make to others and yourself. Honestly, I really believe that. Hi from Colorado.
Homie Mooch said you pretty.
You're not listening to me
Oh,
talk, are
no,
you,
I
sir?
missed it. I was reading through some of the comments, making sure I
Yeah,
didn't
I
miss
got it.
anything.
What's up, AC Slater? I did miss yours. Sorry. What you doing? Hope you're still here. Hope you're all okay and all well. Um, let's see. Trying to think.
Colorado, I'm trying to get out there too at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I want to do some locations like in the West or Midwest and West.
That would be
Soul. What's the
incredible.
difference between a soul and a spirit? Mm, not. I mean,
Well, a
they can
spirit
be.
can be like residual. Sorry.
They can be interchangeable. Basically, it's an interchangeable word. Okay, but as we a soul, we have our soul in our body, and it's our spirit too. But really, the difference between a soul and a spirit is when we're here on earth, we use the term soul, right? And then if we are a soul communicating in another vibration or frequency or dimension, we communicate with a spirit, either positive, neutral, or negative. I mean, spirit, it's a very interchangeable, honestly. Self forgiveness is tough. That's one of the hardest things sometimes to forgive, honestly. See what's different. Let's see. I don't know what that means, but okay. Jason Ghost Hunter, what's up? From Australia, what's up? It's winter there now. It's getting warm here. I don't. Does it even get cold? I know it gets a little chillier in Australia, but it probably doesn't get super cold.
I bet it does at night.
Maybe so if it's kind of deserty. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely very interesting. Dark things. I wanted to use Emily's cards to pull for the creeper, but you know what? Honestly, I think we ran into something else that like I was getting to earlier. Besides the creeper was more curious, trickstery type energy. I don't think the creeper.
Possibly even a mask.
I don't think so. I really don't. I saw it all. I saw it with my eyes. I watched this thing for minutes. Like normally you see things as a psychic medium, you're going to see them in your mind's eye, or you're going to see them with your eyes. It's more common to see. Some people see things with their eyes all the time, but more commonly in like your third eye, in your mind, like a picture. You sense things with your body, or you just know things. I legitimately watched this thing with my eyeballs for minutes, like minutes. I don't think it means that they're soulless at all. I really don't think it means that. I just think that everybody has a purpose here. Some people fall off that track. Like we have to have darker people. We have to have lighter people. Technically, as the world sits right now, um, uh, the balance is there between light and dark. And some people are all gun ho about defeat the darkness and all that, but that's the whole point of being on Earth. Like we're all going to have dark experiences. Almost a magical thinking thing to think everything's all love and light, but you have control over that too. Like some people are just mentally ill. Honestly, I firmly believe in mental illness. Like I really do. I think it's a thing. Your mind can shatter, your mind can break. And some people are born that way, and that's part of their life's purpose. And some people have a choice to be that way.
Don't
Um,
run away from your darkness either. Like,
yeah, but there's a certain line that some people can't cross because
no, don't cross the lines.
yeah. But you are referring to my ex. Speaking of the Midwest, I live in Missouri. There are a lot of places to investigate here. Missouri State. Ooh, yeah, that's right. I've heard of some of them places. We really want to make it out there. Yeah, for sure. Go check out Jason Ghost Hunter. We definitely have. But yeah, um, Missouri. I'm trying to think. It's not Missouri. Having a brain fart. We might be going to Kansas. I've got to get in touch with somebody out in Kansas. Some of y'all probably already know. I'm going to try to make that trip happen at the end of the year, but
it's going to be awesome.
But V's going to have to be able to get like a week and a half off to work because I'm trying to go to 5 places. 3 of them which are owned by the same person that invited me to come out. Jason Spurrier from the Whiteface House, the Garnett House, and then he has another property. He invited me out last May, but that's an expensive trip. So, and it's a 1,600 mile? No. Yeah, it's 1,600 miles from my house, I think. And that's a lot. And I really don't want to fly with all these planes dropping out of the sky. I haven't been on a plane since I was 21. So, I forgot to put on my necklace, dang it. I like my necklace. I lost one of my darn labradorite earrings that I used to wear on investigations, and I'm pissed.
It happens. I lose stones all the time.
I lost it behind my bed.
Oh, well, you'll find it.
Yeah, I'll find it. But
when I lose them, they're gone.
My ghost, my little ghosty with the mosty necklace that I've been wearing sometimes, it had a little heart. It was basically I like ghost or I love ghost or whatever. Little heart fell out. I saw a picture of me at the Ross house before we left, and the little heart was still in there. It might be in my car. Doubtful though. It probably fell out at one of the gas stations. Hey, Explorador. Explorador. I think I said that right.
You got it. Good job.
I thought, welcome back. I thought I died once. Turned out it was dry. Yeah, right. It's like cornfield, field, cow. When we were in Oregon, so when I was 23, and me and V, we went together. We were just platonic friends at that time, and I did a whole drive in my Toyota Yaris. I had a Toyota Yaris. Put 10,000 miles on that bitch in about 3 weeks.
She drove that thing off at like at least 4 or 5 foot embankment.
We all had something happen. So we were out in the middle of the desert. And what I was going to say, though, let me finish my sentence, was up in Oregon, we got there and I remember posting on Facebook because I had one of those little sticks that come out the side of your laptop that was Verizon. So if you're old enough to know what that is, I had one of those. And I posted tree, rock, tree, rock. That was Oregon. I live in NC. A lot of people know that. You can tell by my accent. And once, when you've never been anywhere, when you've never like been too far outside of your state, or even like maybe just visiting Florida, still different. Getting out and driving around the United States is a perspective. It opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I became very blessed to live where I live. I'm very happy with where I live. I would still like to travel though. That's kind of my end game. Is not end game, but maybe like, when I get too old, you don't want to travel all the time. But like right now, one of my big goals is to travel a lot more. I wish I had an RV. It would, if we're dreaming here, I would like a ride in RV so I can bring my kids with me. But I think that's going to be later in life. But I don't mind traveling. It's getting harder as I get older, and the problems that I have with my back and my hips and stuff, it's very painful. So a lot of times, if I'm not 100%, okay, and I don't, it makes it really hard, especially with my arthritis and degenerative disc. Sorry. Let me read. I'll take a sip of this. Will you get me a bubbly water, please?
I don't like flying either, Joey. It's terrible.
This thing's okay. I've never had it.
I get air sick.
But it's the cherry juice, and it's really tart. And with me talking like this, it's just making everything go bubbly water. Thank you. So, yes, your energy system, your chakra centers. So, your chakra centers there's tons of chakras on your body, but if we're talking about the main 7, those those are basically make up your aura and your thoughts and actions. They are created, right, by you, and then they actually leak out. They are expressed through your chakra system, in a multitude of ways. So when it comes to that, yes, they're tied into that. It's an energy system. So we have a video, or it's actually an audio on YouTube, or you can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. Lights at Midnight. I cover all that. The first season of Lights at Midnight, I named it Origins because it was like me and Emily went through 30 episodes from like some of the darkest to the dark all the way to the light. So Lights Midnight.
Sorry, I got
Thank
lost.
You. But yeah, we cover that. I think it's under Energy Mindfulness is the name of the episode, because we had a promo with Energy Mindfulness, and we talk about all the chakra systems and how they basically resonate energy around us. If your chakra system's all off, your abilities will be closed off because of your third eye, right? But we also feel and sense, like we take in energy in different parts of our body. So our solar plexus, which is right here at our diaphragm, heart chakra, throat, third, crown, solar plexus is down near the belly button, and root chakra is in your tailbone. But they actually run up your back, but it's not like no creepy shit. Like I can, turn into the creeper and turn around and show you, but that's the easiest way to say it. But yeah, they're all connected. And if you're off, like even if my chakras still get blocked, I still have to clean them up. Like Connie's a blessing. She helps me with some of that, some clearings after these locations. Because I can do it myself, but it does really help when somebody's supporting you energetically. She's helped me a lot after these investigations, because sometimes they'll take me down, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to talk about it a lot tonight. Let's see what time it is. 10 o'clock. Okay, got a little time left. So basically, creeper. What did I miss?
Nothing. I'm just watching.
I'd rather fly than go to the mall. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big shopper as it is. Like, I'm not one of those types of chicks, but I don't like airplanes.
I used to love going to the mall. I'd window shop.
Let's see. I don't want to fly. I don't either. You're fine. No worries, Joy. I'm behind on the comments. I'd rather drive through Kansas than go to the mall. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I have to go to the mall this week. It's mine and V's daughter's birthday this week, so that's what she wants to do. She's 9, going on 16.
Y'all, I found a taco cake today, like for Cinco de Mayo. I'm thinking about buying it.
Should have bought it today. It's gonna be gone tomorrow.
It probably is.
It's gone. They're not gonna make it no more. You better get in the car, go to Food Line right now if you want one.
Nah, it'll be there.
No, it's not. We're gonna have to make our own.
You know what? Mine will probably be better. No offense, Food Line, but y'all use processed shit.
Right. Well, the mall isn't too bad here. It's not crazy here. Gunshots ring out every once in a while at the mall here, but nothing crazy. It's generally over something stupid. Rarely do people ever get hurt out there, but yeah, it's not as many people at the mall as it used to be. Yeah, she's a little miss, all right. She's got spunk. She thinks her vocabulary, and I know parents say this about their kids, but our daughter's vocabulary has always been extensive for her age. Even when she was like 3, she was using big words. And yeah,
I never baby talked her. I always talked to
Yeah.
her like a normal person.
So she's definitely has an extensive vocabulary, and that very much has translated over into a teenager type attitude at 9 years old almost. So.
Yep.
Amazon plus, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We do that sometimes too. But let's see what else. I'm gonna be hopping off here before real long. So I wanted to talk a little bit about more about the video. We went to the chapel. So, and I released a video for members at any member level. It was not put in the video, it was the sub basement and stuff. So, and that used to be the original solitary confinement. We caught some EVPs down there. Tons of EVPs in this location, which we were told about that by Durham Paranormal. And let's see what else. What was it called? Where's the other place we went? Not after the chapel. Oh, the prison cells. The west,
Yeah.
was it east or west?
That was the east one.
Yeah, the east prison cells. That's where things kind of changed, and we got a lot of nasty responses. And I think something followed us from the prison cells up there. Basically, from the prison cells, we got a lot of nasty, nasty words like the R word that I can't say, obviously, and don't want to say. 3 females and 1 male in the prison cells. There were no females, to my best of knowledge, in that prison except that worked there or were family members. And yeah, it was pretty nasty. And then I was told afterwards by the guy named Greg that did the tours and stuff. I was told that were the East Cell Block was where more of the nasty people that did that kind of stuff were at. Let's see. It was pretty bad. I did get touched. I had to cut something out of the video that I will share with y'all because I was getting a psychic impression and somebody interrupted me and I couldn't make it flow perfectly with the video. So I'll cut stuff out like that. But I say in that cell, like right here, I'm pointing at the top of my head and I'm like, I feel like something just touched my head. And then I could have been like a piece of hair or something, but it was more like this. And then literally across the Necrophonic app, which, you know, that's the only app I really like to use. I enjoy using Seer. I don't know if it's like legit. I've had a lot of accuracy with Necrophonic, and according to what I read and seen, you know, it shouldn't be making words. It's only supposed to make you know, sounds. But basically, the Necrophonic app said I touched 2 of your heads or something like that in the video. That did happen to me after I got touched on the ankle, and I did not have a bug on my ankle. When I asked V if I had a bug on my ankle, he said yes, but I did not have a bug on my ankle. I just want to clear that up. Something touched my ankle.
Miss Autumn Moon looking elk. How you doing?
Hey girl, what's up? Let's see, but yeah, that was crazy. That's when we started getting followed, and I got my heart grabbed. In the prison upstairs, and that was the original infirmary, and many people do not go up there, and it just so happens this only one way up and one way down, I believe, from there as well. They did have, I think, an elevator room maybe up there, but maybe not either. One way up, one way down, and the creeper is known to creep on the administrative part of the building. I didn't know they were so close together because I didn't take the tour. Kicked myself in the tail for not being able to go, but we spent a pretty good amount of time in the West Attic. Like, what you saw was 33 minutes. We spent at least 2 hours up there. And by the time we got started, it was like 8:30 or so. Yeah, 8:30 or 9. We had to be done by 12. So lugging all the equipment and getting everything set up and everything, it does take time. We got up to the infirmary, and that's where I was seeing like 2 spirits bob their head over in the corner. I need to start being more vocal about that more often. Sometimes I internalize my psychic impressions because that's what I'm used to doing. This is only our 10th investigation that we've done in the last year, which I think so far so good. It's going really well. I'm always going to be the type of person that looks at my content and picks it apart. I did that with Lights at Midnight to get better. I've done it a lot. If I don't think it's good, I don't use it. That's just the type of person I am, but it also takes that type of mentality to continue to better yourself, to a degree, a healthy way. Try
You're
not
a
to.
witch.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to.
yeah. I was joking about that. I do not claim to be a witch. Thank you very
No,
much.
that was a joke, obviously.
But yeah, it grabbed my heart, and I don't know how much I want to go into this, but I do believe there are energy threads that were associated with this place. Not really going to go too far into that, but there were energy threads, not entities brought back, but there were things that kind of hitchhiked, potentially parasitical things or energy threads that have come back that are and have been dealt with for OSR. And interesting things that happened to a couple of us that went. Um, that again, I'm not at liberty to talk about right now. And I personally, I could talk about me, but I don't really want to get into it quite yet. It's not something I want to go completely public with right now. But yeah, just know that OSR legit, um, crazy. Like even more so looking back, a lot of it makes a lot more sense. My pain level was between like a 7, about sometimes it would get up to an 8 out of 10, and I held my stuff together, but it made me less sensitive. I still got stuff, but I could not do what I normally did. I suffered a lot, and this is not to make y'all feel bad for me. I'm just telling you that's what we went through, and I'm starting to wonder if some of that pain was from OSR.
This work does take its toll, like in
Hmm.
certain ways.
Yeah. And I do this. I do this. For a reason. I don't do this just for entertainment. I do say education, entertainment, and enlightenment. It is a little, of course, it's for some entertainment, but first reason I started doing paranormal stuff is to continue to help people with paranormal problems and get field experience with these entities and beings that I was seeing at home while I helped people and remotely viewed and dealt with things as needed or necessary. And now I'm getting the field experience in these places. I would like to do family stuff. I don't know if I would ever, unless I had permission, and even at that, I would like to do family hauntings and stuff, but those things are not just one and done. There's follow up, like, there's a lot of things that have to be done with family type hauntings. A lot of times it's trauma and it's things people can fix themselves. And anytime that I've been put in a situation where I'm meant to fix something is when somebody in this lifetime with their life path cannot fix it themselves. Let's see. Thank you, Joey. We're trying. We're trying. We would like again to get some more locations. We definitely need one more in May. And then we have again 3 more coming up between now. Officially 3 coming up between now and July 19th. But we still need to do some more to stay on track with filming. So we're getting there. They're just expensive. And I mean, I'm not, this ain't me. This is being honest. They're just really expensive. Most places, like we're trying to do some more on our own too, which will take time. I think the cheapest place I found is like $250. The Harper House is $400. We were going to try to go there with a special guest, which we'll probably get done between now and June. But we have a payment coming up for a location we're returning to with Haunting Angels. I'll give you that hint. Ain't gonna tell you where yet. Aw, thank you, Autumn Moon. I appreciate that. I'm really missing it. Like, so I've devoted a lot of my time to Our Appalachian Nightmare because I wanted to get it up and going and getting comfortable with the editing process. I've never edited projects this big in life and everything. A lot of things happened last year, and I've still working on my moon journal. I'm almost done with it. Now that I got a little time, I will be working on it this week, and then my manifesting with the moon class. So over on my other channel, the Luminary Luna Beams, intuitive development, spiritual guidance, unveiling the paranormal. I miss doing it. Like I miss going live and doing all that stuff. It's just every time it's like a new moon or a full moon, like around that time, I've been dropping a damn video, or I've been editing or dropping a video. So it's falling on drop days, and it's making it hard to do both, because when I say it takes me days to edit, and depending on, the way I feel too, like, it's just, there's a lot to it. I know it has something to do with the way that I edit, because I edit on my phone. Again, I could do it on my tablet, but I think I can do it faster on my phone than my tablet, honestly. You're fine, girl. A minimum of 100 an hour? That's crazy. Awesome, Autumn Moon. Yeah, I miss it, and I'm going to do more of it. I still want to talk about the paranormal and luminary. I know I do my card readings, and I do all that kind of stuff, astrology, but I really want to talk about the paranormal. Honestly, I've thought about recapping some of my experiences. I'm not quite ready to do that on Our Appalachian Nightmare, because if I start recapping our experiences in videos with photos, like, I really would have loved to pull up the video tonight and like take you guys to it and walk you through it. But we do not pay for StreamYard, and StreamYard on my phone sounds like total tea trash. It ruins my audio. I don't know why. My audio, I hope, sounds good now. And whatever, but
Yeah, it does.
well, good. So, I mean, I don't understand why StreamYard does that. I've changed the settings, but I'm that's about my only option, except maybe what is it called? Stream Labs, but it's more expensive. It's $20 a month, which isn't a lot, but when you buy all the software, it adds up. Everybody $20 you to death when you have apps. So you get $20 to death, and eventually we're going to get it to where we can pull up our video. And when we do these recaps, I really like doing them. I might start, I like doing them generally the night after, but honestly, that's too soon, anyways. Like, it doesn't have enough time for everybody that wants to watch the video always to watch it, because our videos are not extremely long, but they're longer. And Sunday I thought was a good day. I was going to do it last night, but my body needed rest after editing in the premiere, and stayed up to 9 o'clock on Friday in the morning to make sure that video got out. So my body was like, after the premiere, I slept for like 5 hours, did the premiere, and like conked out. But yesterday, I still edited another video, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do no more. Me too, going to watch. I need to order when you're okay. Yeah, I'm going to send out links. I'll do a whole promo on it for sure. I'm excited to get it. I really hope Amazon approves it, because I'm still in the design phase, which is almost over with, and then I have to have Amazon's approval. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, Joy? How they do that? It really irks me. The audio is lower than it is. I like that recap. Yeah, give it a week. I was thinking that. I was thinking about starting to do like recaps, a week after, like either on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night. Also have run it by, I do have a couple more things to say about OSR, but since we're just all chatting here, and let me see my time. I'm good. So I've got about 15 more minutes. I have thought about releasing the video on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock. I'm still scared to do that though. Um, it's because a lot of people are on Fridays, but Sunday is the paranormal day. So there's a reason everybody releases their videos on a Sunday. I've played with that idea, but I really like my videos done at 9 p.m. on Friday. I just like the idea of it for some reason. So I don't know. There may come a time in the future that I test out 9 p.m. on Saturday. Just maybe. Just maybe. So we'll see. Yeah, Autumn Moon, when we appreciate it. And I've rewatched it myself. Even though I've edited it for 30 hours, probably, I rewatched it, and I found more things. Matter of fact, I can't look. Maybe I can. Hold on. I saw something real interesting. And again, I can't bring it up to show you guys, unfortunately, because we don't pay for StreamYard, but I'm running this through YouTube as well right now. Right at, I got the volume turned down. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to tell you what the timestamp is in case you're interested to go back and look, and I might be able to show you. I'm going through commercials because I'm not on my premium account. Here it is. Yep. Hold on. Let me see. I get surrounded by orbs, not dust. Orbs. It's kind of crazy, and I did not see this editing. I'm going to turn it on 1080p. Let me see if I can turn this light off. Where's the light off switch for this?
You basically have to be standing.
Do I? Right here. All right. Give me 1 second. I see beds lined up the way spirits walk. All I see here, hold on, I'm looking for it, guys, is beds lined up. I see beds lined up against the wall. And I'm going to show you, and I'll give you the timestamp. So the only thing, because it's crazy, they're surrounding me. Somebody slept here, but the closer I get back to here, the worse I feel. Now watch me not be able to find it. So I'm going to say, there it is. The closer I get back to here, the worse I feel. So I'm going to say, no, you can't see it. Some type of infirmary. I can't, hold on. But the closer I get back to here, the worse I feel. So I'm going to say. So that's right around, oh, there it is. Shit, I keep going past it. So okay, when I turn around, watch. It's some type of infirmary. Y'all might not be able to see it on here, but anyways, it's not going to work. It's too quality wise. Let me turn this down. I'm going to give you a timestamp on this, and I'm going to put out a short or some type of media too, where it's right around 38. It's right around 38, 30-ish, maybe 4. I'm going to make a short of it and let you see it because it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And dust doesn't do this. Dust doesn't, like, dust kind of comes along and stuff. There were no bugs I saw in this part of the area. Plus, it was cold. I mean, we're in Ohio in April. It's still cold up there. It was getting down to like 40 degrees. It was like 30 degrees. Didn't have any problems with bugs up in this area either. So, yeah, it was really crazy, honestly. Is that too dark with these two lights on? I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see me at all with these two lights on? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see it actually better. That's good. He went back and reviewed it. But those things were swirling around me. And then Duran from Dead Serious Investigations, he messaged me when him and his fiance were able to watch it. And they said they saw one fly into my third eye, which makes a lot of sense. Cool. Okay. Well, and I'm going to keep that big light off because I hate bright lights. When you're sensitive to energy, lights really hurt your eyes. Like, really bad. They do. They really, really do. What's up, Larry Sharp? Welcome in. They literally sting my eyeballs. It stings really bad. But yeah, up in the infirmary, that's when we got in touch with something darker, which I would say was more on the nasty side. That's the more lower vibrational kind of darker energy. I've found that demonic entities, when I've come in contact with them with my clients, the demonic entities, they're the ones that talk to me. They have no shame. They will talk right out to you. They would say things like, I love destruction. I want death. I want to like they're all about this image, and then they make everything just disastrous, and they have this certain tone and this certain frequency. Like when I've come in contact with demonic entities, I hear them in my head. They're generally the only beings that do that. And I didn't necessarily experience that at this location, but yeah, it was pretty gnarly. I wouldn't say that there's not something there. If somebody was more weak in their mind, body, and spirit, and like they could easily pick something up from there. 100%. Even if you're strong, even if you're capable, it just takes a bad couple days in a place like that, and you're spent. That's why it's important to cleanse and clear, and that's something I did. But I went to 2 haunted locations back to back. Ross house was amazing. We got to sleep there. Can't wait to get into the footage. Can't wait to see the I was out of some of the footage because I was doing a live, and some things I participated in and some things I didn't. because me and Ruth were really tired. We're both sensitive. We were super sleepy. Yeah, we needed a break, and so we actually took a nap on the couch while they went downstairs and did some things. But Angel's portal boxes, which we have one coming at some point soon. He's building it for us now, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
We hook up the SP7 to that. I prefer the SP7 and use it that way. And I will tell you right now, in the Ross house, we have a full-fledged conversation in this portal box with a spirit, and I will not give you anything else about it, but I'm not going to. Got to watch it. So, yeah, Ross House is going to be cool. The portal box is literally all it does is cuts out the static. And that's all the portal box does. It cuts out the static, and it makes for a really good time if it's set up right. Like, you don't have to have, and I prefer the SP7 because it takes out all that noise. There's nothing else in that thing that can, it just clears up the static. That's it. Now, when you use necrophonic through it, it still sounds like necrophonic. When you use the SP7, you get results like we got at St. Albans Sanatorium when V was like, if you want us to leave, say so. It says, you know how to leave. Hey, Brittany. Thank you, girl.
Yeah, a lot of negative stuff comes through there for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to not say it's real. Like, I've tried to debunk it. Some of the things that I've heard, it's just too unreal.
Yeah, coming through, and when it's the SB7, that's the radio, and it's going. I mean, it's flying through radio stations. So how am I getting full sentence responses back to the questions that I'm asking?
Yeah, why would the radio station be talking about the Foreman brothers? That was a big one for me
Yeah.
because I've never heard another paranormal group ever mention like doing it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't been doing it very long, but it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Their dog looks like ours too, Duke.
yeah.
Looks a lot like Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool.
But yeah, I think I might start doing these recap videos a week out from the video. But I did want to touch bases with you guys. Um, I enjoy answering the questions too. It's really fun. I try not to get too in depth on live, and guide out to where there's more because I know I need to keep moving. I got more people coming in, but I do offer, so all my paranormal work I offer to people. For those that may or may not know, I offer services, but my paranormal work, I do it for the most needy of the neediest people, the people that really need help. I'll give up information anytime. I'll direct you to information anytime. If it's something simple like, hey, my door slammed. Has anything else ever happened? No, this was the first time. Okay, well, I think you're okay. Everything will be fine. Just do this, this, and this, and you should be okay. The people I work with are people that are getting physically assaulted, the people that have children involved, people that are having a really hard time, people that, I mean, I've worked with people that were borderline ready to end it all. And like, I work with people that really deeply need help because it gets pretty intensive. I don't charge for that. I do accept donations for it, but I don't expect it. I've worked with people, I don't have a problem offering my time up to people that need help. That's for the paranormal. For spiritual guidance, intuitive development, I do offer services. It's not on I don't put my service list on our Appalachian Nightmare because it is, my paranormal channel. But I do offer that on Luminary Luna Beams. So I have services list there. You can book a session with me. I have many questions. I try to make it affordable for everybody. Don't want to knock anybody over the head. So if you have a question, or you want to do a 30-minute session or an hour-long session, let's see what else.
I like ghosts.
Yeah, he likes ghost. Let's see what else. I was gonna say something else. Yep, and for those that are wanting to learn more, Lights of Midnight Season 1. So, like on YouTube, if you watch on YouTube, you're not going to be able to watch us talk about it. You'll be able to only listen. It's best to listen to Season 1 on Apple, Spotify, but you can on YouTube. It's just, just a blank screen. We didn't start recording till Season 2, and then we get into some reaction stuff, and then we talk about some topics too. We kind of Did both because people seemed to like the reactions, but kind of got away from why we did it in the first place. So we started going back and recovering topics. So you can watch that there. On the Luminary Luda Beams, I don't have a ton of stuff there. I did more lives there. I only have a few little things. I really need to kind of beef up my video catalog over there. But yeah, you can always reach out to me. All my links are in the description if you guys need anything. And I'm trying to think if anything else you want to say?
I like ghosts.
He likes ghosts. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna hop off here and get ready for my mini session coming up. And much love and light. I'll talk to y'all later. And thank you again. I'm gonna figure out how to do this one day. Wait a minute. Did it the other day. Hold on. I did the heart the other day, and I can't do it anymore. Look, it looks like a little triangle heart. Look at it. I can't do it. Anyways. Bye, guys. Much love and light. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't seen the video and you want to go watch it and you're watching this later, go watch our Ohio State Reformatory video. It's nuts. Thank y'all for being here, and we will talk soon.
Love y'all. Stay spooky.
Peace out.